Introduction to animal fibers. In this section, I shall introduce wool, special hair wool, and silk. Wool. The most used garment fabric is wool. Wool, in the narrow sense of textile, refers to sheep wool. Wool is obtained by shearing the fibrous covering of sheep. Wool has probably the first animal fiber to be made into cloth. The art of spinning wool into yarn developed about 4000 BC. The major wool producers in the world are Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, China, and South Africa. It accounts for nearly 90% of the total world production of the animal fibers. Wool properties. Form. Wool fibers have a natural crimp, a built-in weave. The crimp increases the elasticity and elongation properties of the fiber, and also aids in yarn manufacturing. Color and luster. Fine and medium wool tends to have more luster than very coarse fibers. Fibers with a high degree of luster are silk in appearance. The color of the natural wool fiber depends on the breed of sheep. Most wool, after scouring, it is a yellowish-white or ivory color. Some fibers may be gray, black, tan, or brown. Tenacity. Compared with many other fibers, wool is weak, and this weakness restricts the kind of yarns and fabric constructions that can be used satisfactorily. Elastic recovery and elongation. Wool has excellent elasticity and extensibility. At standard conditions, the fiber will extend between 20 and 40%. It may extend more than 70% when wet. Recovery is superior, which is higher than any other fiber except nylon. Resiliency. The resiliency of wool is exceptionally good. It will readily spring back into shape after crushing or creasing. However, through the application of heat, moisture, and pressure, durable creases or plates can be put into wool fabrics. Besides resiliency to crushing and wrinkling, the excellent resiliency of wool fiber gives the fabric its loft, which produces open, porous fabrics with good covering power. Moisture regain. The standard moisture regain of wool is 13.6 to 16%. This ability to absorb is responsible for the comfort of wool in humid, cold atmospheres. As part of the moisture absorption function, wool produces or liberates heat. However, as wet wool begins to dry, the evaporation causes heat to be absorbed by the fiber, and tearing may be experienced. Dimensional stability. Wool fibers are not dimensionally stable. The structure of the fiber contributes to a shrinking and felting reaction during processing, use, and care. This is due in part to the scale structure of the fiber. When subjected to heat, moisture, and agitation, the scales tend to pull together and move towards the fiber tip. This property is not noticeable in yarns and fabrics. Chemical property. Wool is fairly resistant to mild acids, but it is particularly sensitive to alkali substances. It is attacked by moth grubs, but it is resistant to mildews and bacteria. There are various industrial chemical modification treatments by which wool fabrics can be made shrink and felt-proof. Pure wool fabric has the characteristics of natural luster, soft feeling, heat preservation, beautiful appearance, acid resistance, good elasticity, wrinkle resistance, high moisture absorption, good plasticity, good shape retention after ironing, good sweat absorption and air permeability, good color fastness. Specialty hair fibers. Special hair fibers are rare animal fibers which possess special qualities of hand, fineness, or luster. They are usually stronger, finer, and more expensive than most wool fibers. Here, I introduce several common special animal fibers, such as cashmere, alpaca hair, camel hair, mohair, rabbit hair. The first one is cashmere. Cashmere has the characteristics of fine and soft, smooth, good warmth preservation, etc. Can be made into a variety of high-grade precious textiles. Our cashmere is of the best quality. Cashmere fiber is a high-grade clothing raw material, so it is also known as soft gold, fiber diamond, fiber prince, white cloud, white gold, and other reputation in China. Alpaca hair with the fineness of cashmere and the luster of mohair is extremely valuable because it is rarely produced. Alpaca hair is not only moisturizing but also effective against solar radiation. The thermal properties of the fabric are better than wool, cashmere, or mohair fabric. Camel hair comes from the two hump camel of Mongolia, Tibet, and other areas of Asia. It has wool-like texture. Its scales are not as fine as wool, so it will not felt rapidly. Mohair comes from the Angora goat. It is the strongest of specialty animal fibers with very good abrasion resistance. It is the most resilient natural textile fiber. It possesses little crimp and its scales are flat, resulting in a slippery, smooth hand and high luster. The fiber is able to be dyed bright colors. Rabbit hair comes from domestic rabbits, common habits, and Angora habits. Angora habits has the best hair, that is, the hair of the long-haired habits. The Chinese habits hair production accounts for 90% of the world's output. Rabbit hair is fine and gentle with good warmth retention. Rabbit hair fabric feels especially smooth, elastic, and lightweight. Silk. Silk is supposed to have been discovered in 2640 BC by a Chinese woman called Li Zu, who is Huang Di's wife. The statue was built to commemorate her great contribution. She carried it forward. China is the leading silk producer of the world. Other producers include India, South Korea, and Brazil. The silkworm forms silk by forcing two fine streams of a thick liquid out of tiny opening in the head. On contact with air, the fine streams of liquid harden into filaments. The worm winds the silk around itself, forming a complete covering. cocoon as a protection, while it changes from a worm to a moth. As much as 1,600 yards of the fiber are used to make a cocoon. The process of reading the silk filament from the cocoon, the outer and inner layers are discarded as waste. The sound parts of the cocoon are wound onto reels as a single filament and then assembled into multiply filament yarns of various types. Properties of silk. Silk is very strong with a tenacity usually ranging from 3 to 5 grams per denier. The elastic property of silk is better than those of cotton or rayon, but are not as good as wool's. Like wool, silk absorbs moisture readily and can take up a third of its weight of water without feeling wet to the touch. It is frequently considered to be a skin-friendly fabric because of its smooth and soft feel or hand. Silk is smooth, soft, elegant, and gorgeous, and is called the queen of the fibers. Silk fabrics have both thin and light varieties. Silk fabric has good moisture absorption, smoothness, drip, so it is a senior clothing material.